everybody. Welcome back to the Middle Chapter. Today we're getting into the conversation everyone's debating. Cam Newton talking about not wanting to get married, his comments about how he values women after they've had kids. The internet had their opinions, and today we're unpacking all of it. Let's get into it.
Women's value get lower the more children that they have.
Break that down.
Because, and I was having this conversation, with one of the mother of my children, and she's still fine. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But like I was telling her, I was like, yo, the guy that you're dating or will date, if he ain't willing to love on these 5 children that you have, that ain't the guy for you. Because when I came into your life, I was willing to accept you and whatever you had. And there's guys that's out there that's just going to say, them ain't my kids. I want you. Well, that ain't how it worked.
What are your thoughts?
I guess the first question would be, why is he having children with multiple women, decreasing their value? According to his thought, his thought process. Why is he decreasing these women's value? On purpose. On purpose, exactly. On purpose. Value only decreases in his mind because he's not marrying them. And their value, if he has kids with them, no one else is gonna want to have kids with them.
Well, he said in that same clip, he said that, say his baby mama, I think he has the most kids with. He said that, it doesn't mean that she's not going to find anybody or that there is not anybody for her. And he says that whoever dates her needs to be willing to accept her other kids, just like he was willing to accept her other kids when he first started dating her. So,
he's contradicting himself.
Well, he does that a lot. So he does that a lot. And I think that some of what he says to get a reaction. And then some of it he believes, but not for real. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like, because she's still fine and she's still this. And so you
but her value has been decreased.
Oddly enough, though, if you ask a man, like, they agree. There are several men that agree that a woman decreases value the more kids that she has.
I think when a woman has kids for your kids, you put them babies in her, you feel that her value is decreased. It's not becoming more valuable because now she's raising your sons and your daughters. She's raising them. So her value is not increasing because of that. She's not valuable, So if she dies, so you're gonna get another woman there to raise them? Is that
exactly?
She's very valuable. Another woman may not want to come in and raise your child.
Yeah,
that many children, right? And I think the decreasing in value, I think value is maybe like the wrong word to use. I think it's better stated that their options decrease, with the amount of children that they have, because my value will never decrease no matter how many kids that I have, but my dating options will, and that's it if I want to, that's if I choose to date, after I have kids, or if I just want to wait until they grown and out my house, to resume my dating. But I think for a man to say that a woman's value decreases after she has your children, right? Then, so you don't want to marry a woman that has your children?
Or be with a woman that has your children. Like he said that, she fine and he cool with her, but to other people. So I'm guessing
other people. The options are
the options. So that's what I'm saying. The word value was definitely misused. But that also, I guess, comes from men that say they don't want to date a woman with children. Because you have a whole demographic of single men that get to a certain age and say they don't want to date a woman with kids. I don't know if it's necessarily because her value decreases or they feel like it's it's going to be harder. Like it's more for them to have to deal with, put up with. I don't have full access to you because you have children. So now we can't do certain things unless we include your children,
And I think that's fair
special
because
kind
it
of
goes
man.
both ways.
It
There's
does.
a lot of women out there that don't want to date men with children because they don't want, to have their time split, and they also don't want to have to, fight with,
Your baby mama.
Baby mama. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just, that's the truth. Yeah. So, and so then that goes both ways, because if a man, as he does, have 9 kids, your value is decreased, dude. You have all the way decreased. You have 9 children to spread out. So one
with 3 baby mamas or 2, however many he has. Another woman is not going to. Most women. I'm not going to say most women are not going to want to come in to be baby mama number 4 or baby mama number 5. Now you're going to find some that don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Well, his girlfriend now, the girlfriend that he has now, but how much of a father are you to 9 children that don't live with you?
Right.
How often can you see each child? They're living in different households. That the bulk of the work is being put on the mother. So instead of it being like a 50-50 type thing, is now like a 95.5%.
Yeah. So yeah, value was the wrong word. Their options have decreased.
So we talked about this earlier in the week when we were getting ready for the show about Russell Wilson and how he came in and became, stepdad to Sierra's son, Future. So I think, forget what Cam said, you know what I'm saying? She upgraded. Did she not?
Yeah, she upgraded. And I'm kind of biased on the situation because, my grandmother had 4 kids before she met my grandfather and they got married. So
it takes a special man to come in and raise, somebody else's kids. And he's the only, even though he wasn't biologically our grandfather, he's the only grandfather that we were close to. Because my dad's, father, he was older and we didn't really get to hang out and see him as much. We saw him, we loved him, as well. However, but we got to spend time with our mom's stepfather, or she called him her daddy. We got to spend time with him. And so he's the grandfather that we're close to. And so when we talk about, our grandfather and all the summers that we spent in North Carolina, on the farm, it's with him and my granny.
But yeah, Sierra definitely upgraded with Russell. And Russell received a lot of flack, when he first got with Sierra, and still do sometimes, but since they've got married, they've had 3 other children. So why is he still getting the hate? He stuck around. He's raising somebody else's child. He stepped into that father role because his real father is not taking care of him as he should be. And he fulfilled that father role for another man's child and also produced more children in that union. And he's still getting the simp,
And that's from other men that are jealous, other men that are not taking care of their own kids. That's where all the flack is coming from. Because women aren't doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Women aren't doing that.
What do you call those men?
I think it's projection. So anytime you speak bad of someone, in my eyes, it's always projection. To me,
That's true. Yep, there's a piece of that. So then, what do you think about, in a different interview, Cam Newton saying his thoughts on marriage? he doesn't want to be married. He doesn't think it's necessary.
Did he say he didn't want you? Yeah, to hold you hostage, right?
He didn't want
He don't want a hostage.
So, what was interesting in that interview, because I watched that whole one itself, it all comes to me from a place of insecurity, because he said that he's more afraid of divorce than he is being married. Although he has very healthy examples in his family of married individuals, he is afraid of divorce. And maybe it's because he's a hoe.
That's what it is. Because why does he automatically think he's going to end up in divorce?
Because because he says that he knows
he's the problem.
He doesn't need that. I don't need that. I don't need a contract. He was like there's an expiration date on a prenup. There's an expiration date on the contract though. So I can break the contract. Mm-hmm. So the one that I watched, that he had a lady interviewing him, and she said, so suppose you're with your partner and you get sick, and that person cannot make decisions for you. He's like, well, that's why you have a trust. So he has an answer for everything.
Oh yeah.
But who's so he would put her in charge of the trust to make.
That's allegedly what he says.
To make decisions. Somebody has to run it. But the thing is, if he gets sick, the trust, who's going to talk to the doctors?
Yeah.
The trust will be there to take care of the kids and her or whoever. But who will talk to the doctors on his behalf? She can't do it.
Yeah.
His parents, if he old, his parents not here and they can't do it. Mm-hmm. So who's going to do it? A brother or a cousin that's next of kin that don't really like you. That's jealous, that's gonna make the decisions instead of the person that's been here by you for the past 20 years or whatever, that love you. They can't make the decisions for you.
In his mind, I guess no.
I don't think they think that far.
I don't think they do.
I don't think they do.
He's looking at it as a title, because he said that too. He said it's title. Would you want the title or the relationship? He's not connecting the two dots together for his own insecurities. You're gonna find out one day that somebody hurt him bad and scarred him badly.
Yeah.
Or he hurt somebody bad and scarred them badly.
That's why he's acting out. Well, he's doing to other people what apparently he felt emotionally was done to him. So that's what you're projecting to other people. That's what you're putting out there, because it makes no sense. But what about the woman that is dating him that is accepting of these things?
Like, what about her feelings?
What
does
are
she
your
want to
feelings?
get married, right?
Right.
Do you even care about that? Or since you're making all the money, you make the rules, you're just like, you're with me, so you going with this program. I can see him being like that, for real.
And the woman just taking it. Just why? Because you dating Cam Newton, you just gonna accept that? Like, you're not gonna stand on your own too?
They think that they're different and they're gonna somehow change his mind.
Change him.
Did we talk about that?
Until he move on to the next woman and get her pregnant with his kids.
Yeah, because you're not changing the core of a man. That is him. That is who he is. And he's quite old to be, changing that part of himself. That's gonna take God himself
and therapy
to change him. Jesus gonna have to change him, because
God and therapy.
Yeah, and therapy. He ain't gonna get no therapy, because he'll try to trick the therapist. The interview he did with
tell them what they want to hear.
Yeah, the interview he did with the guy, and every time the guy quoted scripture to him, he quoted it back in another way to him. Like, you just want this tit for tat battle. That's why I say I think you do a lot. I think he does a lot of stuff to get a reaction out of people, because he even contradicted himself in that interview. It's like, you really don't believe what you're saying. You're just saying something to make people talk about it.
It's working.
There you go. It's working.
It is. I wouldn't date him though.
No, and I side eye any woman who's actually dating him because they think that they're gonna, have a long-term relationship that ends in marriage.
Unless the woman doesn't want a marriage, and then you have to think about why, who hurt you, that you're afraid also of divorce.
That you're willing to
hurt people
accept
dating each other.
a relationship that goes nowhere.
Yeah, just as far as day to day. As far as day to day.
The other thing too that tripped me out, that tells me something about him. He said after a woman has been with him, she can't do no better.
No,
Like,
yeah. He is the end all be all. He's the pinnacle. You have reached the mountaintop, honey. You have reached it.
I'm like, what makes you so
I wonder if he's a
special?
Sagittarius.
I'm sorry? You say he's a Sag?
I said, I wonder if he's a Sagittarius.
Oh my gosh. Jeez.
You know, because me and Farrah, you know, we have all that confidence. See, he's showing a lot of confidence.
I mean, I think it's a little bit more than confidence over there. That might be some narcissism.
That is true.
I'm the greatest. You can go find nobody better than me.
Jeez.
Good luck trying.
So
But
I mean,
think she might be okay with it, which is why they're still dating.
He may not, whoever she finds after him may not have as much money, but emotionally he will be there for her, and to her that will be better.
Mm-hmm.
If that's what she wants.
yeah.
If that's what she wants.
She could be very happy in the day-to-day superficial that she has and not want anything further, which I could see, because would you really want a long-term commitment, solidified commitment with Cam and all of his kids and all of the drama, you know, that he brings? Because even in that interview, they said how people were on social media, I guess, coming for her, you know, for being with him. So, like, why do you want that? Is this what my long-term thing is? Or am I just going to have a good time for as long as this good time lasts until I move on to another good time? It could be.
Just think of family events where all his kids got to come, and then the baby mama's got to be there in the same room. That might.
Well, I don't think the baby mama's got to be there. What they got to be there for?
They may not want to leave their kids.
Oh.
I mean, didn't Future have all his baby mamas at the birthday parties?
And that's not the norm, though.
We can keep going, Nick Cannon. How many kids Nick Cannon have? How many baby mamas?
Too many.
Like 9.
And one more. And once more.
He has more than 9. But he admitted that he was trying to fill an emotional void. Mariah Carey messed him up bad. What did I say?
At least he's honest, right?
I said there's somebody that hurt Cam Newton somewhere. Yeah. We're gonna find out as to why he is the way he is. That's why he's living his life out of fear.
I did want to ask real quick to you ladies, and for me, talking about the value of a woman after she has kids, have you guys ever, well, for me, how I'm perceived when I don't have children in my 40s. And a lot of people ask me, especially being married for 12 years, they're like, you were married for 12 years. Why didn't you guys have any children? Especially now that he's gone. And then I feel the need to have to explain that, you know, because we were chasing titles and passport stamps. We weren't chasing, you know, I mean, and that was the family that we wanted. And then, you know, working and traveling and having experiences, because he already had a child when he was in college. And so that's something that wasn't a priority for either one of us. And it's like, I mean, honestly, I feel like it's taboo for you to be in your 40s, for you to be accomplished. And then people are like, oh, but you don't have any kids. Like I'm less than?
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm less than because
the thing is, it's really none of their business, you know.
I'm there now. I get
there's a lot of reasons, right? Because there are a lot of reasons why people don't have children in their 40s and they're married. You know, some, you know, from we saw ourselves as child free to we tried and it just didn't happen. You know, so you know, and we are the I'm tried and it just didn't happen couple over here. You and Larry y'all saw yourselves as child free.
But no, the thing is that when I was praying for purpose and praying for my purpose and trying to figure all that out, and I said to myself, you know what? I think I really want to have a child. At like mid-30s. And he was like, girl, bye. Because he was 5 years older than me. It was like, ain't no way I'm going to have a child in college and a child in Pampers. Ain't no way.
Well, see, my husband was opposite, you know, because when I married him, he had 2 children already, but they were one had just the youngest one had just graduated high school when we got married. So he basically had 2 grown children already, and, you know, wanting to get married and have another, you know, and start
over
with me. Right. Wow. So we actually tried. We went through 2 rounds of IVF, and it, you know, I actually got pregnant twice, you know, but, you know, I lost both of them. So we actually tried. It just didn't work. So now, you know, if we continue on, it's going to be through like adoption or whatever. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't think my husband really, you know, cared that, you know, he would have, you know, a grown child and a newborn. I don't think he cared, because I think he really wants a girl. So, because the children that he had before are 2 boys. So,
and I think people, you know, that goes back to that antiquated life and way of thinking that people, you gotta be married by this age. You gotta have a fence with a house with a white picket fence. You gotta have 2 kids and a dog. You know what I'm saying? That goes, the people that look today at you and say, well, how come you didn't have any kids, are those people to me. Like, stop it. Life ain't been like that in God knows how long.
Right.
You know, everybody does what they do in everybody's path. Because I didn't plan not one of my children. I'll tell you that. It was no plan in life. And I said, I used to say I did not want kids, you know, and there are some people that don't want kids and won't have kids because they don't want kids. They're okay with, you know, nieces and nephews and everything else. And there's some people that want a ton of kids. The way that life is today, people that ask that today to me are stupid. And you tell those people to shut up and mind their business.
Everybody's journey is not the same. So we got to stop thinking that everybody wants to do what you did.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't fit into the box. You know what I mean? That doesn't fit into the everybody doesn't get placed in a box.
Maybe somebody don't want to actually have to birth a kid. Maybe they want to adopt.
That's true.
Maybe they just want some dogs and some cats.
Birthing kids ain't all it's cracked up to be. It's overrated, actually. I wouldn't mind having another one if we adopted. I'm okay with adoption.
Child, listen.
I love my baby though. But once is enough for me.
And then Carlise, there's the opposite. There are some people that will look at you and say, the people that have kids that will look at you and say, I wish I could have traveled. I wish I could have done XYZ. I wish if I didn't have kids at the time that I had kids, I could have lived a lot more and did the things you want to do. So I think you're always going to have that, you know, fence. But yeah, I'm glad you're at the point where you don't care telling people to shut up.
Plus, I had mine when I was a little older. I kind of wish I would have had him when I was younger, because then he would be about 18, almost out the house, you know, graduating from high school, whatever, and we could be traveling. But you know, he's only 8, so
I'm almost kid free.
You gotta stay healthy, girl, so you can get in the streets.
I'm almost finito in here.
Finito.
Baby, I see the tunnel. I see it. I see that light. I see the light.
Where you going, Amy? Y'all going somewhere? You're gonna start traveling or something like that?
Oh, she can travel now.
Yeah,
she got grandkids that can come over though. They can drop the grandkids off.
Yeah, they don't need me.
She got grown kids that can take care of the younger ones.
Go, girl.
They all right, and it is amazing. But it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, that and even that's a process, because I started having my kids young, but to me it worked out perfect because I still got a whole nother life I could live now. These children being grown as they are, you know, I could go out. I could go visit Carlise across the world and leave these kids here in this house and not worry about nobody. And ain't nobody blowing up my phone asking me 20,000 questions. Where is this? How is that? Is it bedtime? And no, don't call my phone. Mm-mm.
Let me know. I'll meet you somewhere. Let's go see them. Let's go to the Carolinas. Let's
pick up and go. Pick up.
Come on.
Yeah. Life changes. People.
Yes. And everybody's journey is different.
Yes, it
and
is.
You know, I just remember back then, like you. I mean, I remember you saying that like your daughter's friends are like all got married like after college, and I could not. Man, I was like, no, I need to experience life. I want to live. My 20s and my 30s were some of my best times, honestly. But on the flip side, you know, what did I miss out on? I don't know, you know? So
you enjoyed it, so you miss out on that.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
By your own standards, by other people's standards, we don't care about that.
Yeah.
You know, you wouldn't have done it that way. It sucks. I'm so sorry. This is the way I did it.
Yeah,
Works
absolutely.
for me. We good over here. Your opinions don't pay my light bill.
Keep your judgment over there, please.
Right.
It don't pay my light bill at all.
You just mad because you don't have passport stamps. Please.
Yeah.
As always, ladies, this has been a phenomenal conversation talking about, you know, all things in the middle chapter. Cam Newton, his thoughts and opinions. I'm sure we'll have more later, you know, coming up on Cam, because he always, you know, keeps us with something to talk about. But enjoy your days, ladies, and everybody come back. Leave your comments and thoughts in the chat. Like, what do you want us to talk about? What do you want to hear? We have plenty of stories. We can share those too. Leave it in the comments and let us know. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, fun. All right.